stop. Before you do one more squat, watch this. Because there is something happening inside your body right now after 60 that most doctors never warn you about. Something quiet, something slow. And if you don't address it, it will cost you your independence far sooner than you ever expected. I know that sounds alarming. Good. It should. Because what I'm about to share with you is one of the most overlooked truths in senior fitness, and by the end of this video, you are going to understand your body in a completely new way. Here's what nobody tells you. After 60, your body doesn't just get weaker, it gets less connected. Think of it like a telephone line. When you were younger, the signal between your brain and your muscles was crystal clear, instant, reliable. But with age, that signal starts to fade. It gets delayed. It gets noisy. And when that happens, even strong muscles can't respond fast enough to keep you from losing your footing. That's not a fitness problem. That's a communication problem. And squats, as popular as they are, do almost nothing to fix it. Now, I want to be fair here. Squats are not bad. They're not dangerous for everyone. But here's the part that should stop you cold. The muscles that actually protect you from falling, the ones that keep you stable when life pushes you sideways, when you pivot, when you step back off a curb, those muscles are not the ones squats primarily work. And that's a gap that millions of active seniors have no idea they have. Here is the number that changed how I think about this completely. Falls are now the #1 cause of injury-related death in adults over 65 in the United States. Not car accidents, not illness, falls. And the most important finding from researchers studying why this happens? It's not weakness alone that causes most falls. It's instability. It's the loss of that brain-to-body signal. And today, I'm going to give you 4 movements that specifically rebuild it. We're going to cover all 4 today. And I'll tell you right now, the #1 on this list is so deceptively simple that most people laugh when they first hear it. But by the time I explain the science behind it, I promise you won't be laughing. You'll be doing it today. Before we get there, drop a comment below with your first name, your age, and the city or state you're watching from. This community is full of real people just like you, all choosing smarter movement every single day. Now let's start exercise number 4. The side-lying hip lift. And yes, I know. You're already thinking, that's it? Just lie down and lift my leg? Stick with me. Because what this movement does inside your hip is something no leg press, no squat, and no resistance machine at the gym can replicate. Here's the anatomy lesson you never got, but always needed. Deep inside your hip, sitting right along the side, there is a muscle called the gluteus medius. It is not the big round muscle most people think about when they think glutes. It is smaller, deeper, and more important for your daily life than almost any other muscle in your lower body. This muscle has one primary job. Every single time you take a step, it fires and holds your pelvis perfectly level. Without it doing its job, your pelvis drops to the side every time your foot leaves the ground. Your lower back twists to compensate, your knee caves inward, and slowly, without you ever realizing it, your body starts to feel wobbly and uncertain. Now here's the thing. A clinical study following adults over 55 found that just 6 weeks of this single movement improved one leg standing balance by 28% and walking stability by 22%. No weights, no gym, no equipment at all. Just this one overlooked exercise done consistently. Here's how you do it. Lie on your side on a firm surface, a mat, or even your carpet. Bend your bottom leg slightly for comfort. Now extend your top leg straight. But here's the key detail most people miss. Point your top foot downward, toes toward the floor. That small rotation activates a deeper layer of the muscle and makes every repetition far more effective. Now slowly lift your top leg upward, just a comfortable height, and lower it back down with full, deliberate control. No bouncing, no rushing. The lowering phase matters just as much as the lifting. Do 10 to 15 repetitions on each side, 2 to 3 times per week. You should feel a gentle but clear fatigue along the side of your hip, not in your thigh, not in your lower back. If you feel it in your back, slow down and check that your core is lightly engaged throughout. That one cue fixes almost everything. That's number 4. And it's already doing something for your balance that squats simply cannot. But here's where it gets more interesting, because the next exercise looks nearly identical until you understand what one small change actually does to your hips and why it matters more than most people realize. Exercise number 3. Posterior hip rotation. Same position, side lying. But this time you move your top leg slightly behind your body instead of in front of it, and you rotate your toes upward toward the ceiling instead of down toward the floor. That is the entire difference. And that difference is enormous. Here's why. That one adjustment shifts the angle of the movement and targets the back portion of the gluteus medius, what researchers call its posterior rotational fibers. And those fibers have a very specific job in real life. They help your hip resist rotation when your body twists unexpectedly. Think about the situations where falls actually happen. You twist around to look over your shoulder. You reach across your body to grab something. You step backward off a porch step. You pivot quickly in a grocery store aisle. None of those are straight-line movements. All of them require your hips to control rotation in a split second. And if those posterior fibers are untrained, that rotational control simply isn't there when you need it most. A study published in Clinical Biomechanics tracking older adults during hip rehabilitation found that adding posterior hip rotation to a standard program produced a 37% improvement in rotational hip control and a significant reduction in that sideways wobble that creeps into your walking as you age. Not because of heavy lifting, because of targeted, intelligent movement. How to do it? Lie on your side exactly as before, but this time slide your top leg back slightly so it rests a little behind your torso. Rotate your toes upward toward the ceiling. That external rotation of your hip is critical. From there, slowly lift your leg, pause at the top for just a breath, then lower it with full control. Keep your upper body completely relaxed and your core gently braced. The movement is small. It should feel focused and deliberate. 10 to 12 repetitions per side, 2 to 3 times per week. You are not just exercising a muscle here. You are retraining your nervous system to respond to the exact kind of off-balance moment that catches most people completely off guard. 2 down, 2 to go. And this is where the exercises shift from the floor to standing. And that shift is important because the next movement directly trains the balance system your body uses every single time you take one step, including steps you take 100 times a day without even thinking about them. Exercise number 2. Standing hip balance control. Let me ask you something. Do you walk every day? Most of the people watching this do. And walking is genuinely wonderful. It keeps your circulation moving, your mood up, your joints mobile. But here's the part no one talks about. Walking only trains your body to move forward, and real-world balance, especially after 60, is mostly about side-to-side stability. Every single step you take, there is a moment, a fraction of a second, when your entire body weight is balanced on one leg. Your other foot is off the ground, and in that moment, the gluteus medius on your standing side has to fire instantly and powerfully to keep your pelvis level. If it doesn't fire hard enough, your pelvis drops, your spine leans, your knee buckles inward slightly. You feel that slight wobble. That wobble, multiplied over thousands of steps, is how balance quietly erodes over years. Walking doesn't train this muscle hard enough to keep it strong. This exercise does. A study published in the American Journal of Sports Medicine found that adults over 55 who trained this specific movement improved pelvic symmetry, sharpened their proprioception, which is your body's internal GPS for balance, and showed measurable increases in single-leg stability, the exact quality that helps you handle uneven sidewalks, stairways, and moving in and out of chairs with ease. Here is how to do it. Stand near a wall, a sturdy chair, or your kitchen counter. You don't need to hold on, but keep it close for safety. Shift your weight onto one foot. Now let your hip on that standing side drop just slightly, a gentle, controlled tilt of your pelvis downward. Then, using the glute muscle on that standing side, pull your pelvis back up into a level position. That's the entire movement. A controlled drop, a deliberate lift. Optionally, once you feel steady, you can swing the lifted leg gently out to the side for extra challenge. Start with 6 to 8 slow, controlled repetitions on each side. Focus entirely on the quality of each repetition. There is no value in rushing this. As your strength and balance improve over the following weeks, build up to 2 to 3 sets per leg. This movement sends a signal directly to the part of your nervous system responsible for postural control. It is, in the truest sense, teaching your body how to stand up for itself. Now we are at number 1, and I want you to pay close attention here, because this is the movement most people look at and dismiss immediately. And that dismissal is exactly why so many active, dedicated seniors are still one unexpected step away from a fall they never saw coming. Exercise number 1, standing hip extension with rotation. You are going to swing your leg behind you and rotate it outward. That's the simple version. But what's actually happening when you do this correctly? Your body is doing something remarkable. Most exercises, including squats, deadlifts, and leg machines, train your body in one plane, up and down, forward and back. But real life doesn't move in a straight line. Life is rotational. You twist to check the stove. You reach into the back seat of your car. You turn to answer the door. You pivot in the kitchen to set down a dish. Every one of those moments requires your deep hip stabilizers, your core, and your nervous system to fire in a coordinated split-second sequence. And if that sequence hasn't been trained, your body hesitates. It compensates. And compensation is where injuries live. A study published in Gait and Posture followed older adults who trained controlled hip extension with external rotation over 8 weeks. Their reaction time to sudden instability improved by 36%. Their deep spinal stabilizers showed measurably stronger activation. Their pelvic alignment improved, reducing that low-level back strain that so many adults over 60 have simply accepted as normal. And none of this came from lifting heavy or pushing hard. It came from teaching the body a pattern it had stopped using. Here is how you do it. Stand beside a wall or sturdy surface with it to your side. Shift your weight onto one leg. Now bring your other leg slightly behind your body and rotate your foot outward, toes pointing away from you. From that position, gently swing your leg further back, just a few inches, while allowing your upper body to rotate slightly in the same direction. Think of it as a natural, coordinated movement, not a mechanical one. Pause for a moment at the furthest point. Then return to center slowly and with full control. Keep your chest lifted and tall. Keep your core lightly braced throughout. 8 to 10 repetitions on each side, 2 to 3 times per week. Quality over quantity, always. If you feel this in your lower back instead of your hip and glute, slow down and reduce the range. The movement should be smooth, connected, and completely controlled. When you do this consistently, you are not just strengthening a muscle. You are literally rebuilding the brain-to-body connection that keeps you on your feet when life moves you unexpectedly. That is what real protection looks like after 60. Before we close out, I want to say this clearly and with complete sincerity. Every movement in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for personalized medical advice or physical therapy. If you are currently recovering from any surgery, managing a chronic condition, or experiencing joint pain, please check with your doctor or a licensed physical therapist before beginning any new exercise program. Your safety is not optional. It is the foundation of everything else. Here's the truth about strength after 60 that the fitness world rarely says out loud. You don't need to train harder. You don't need heavier weights or longer workouts. What you need are movements that are built for the body you have right now at this stage of life with full respect for what your joints, nerves, and muscles actually need to keep you protected. The 4 movements we covered today do exactly that. They are not flashy. They don't require a gym membership or a single piece of equipment. But done consistently, they target the muscles and neural pathways that your body relies on for one of the most valuable things in life: the ability to move through your day freely, confidently, and without fear. So start where you are, even if that means just the very first exercise today. Because the smallest step taken consistently is worth more than the biggest workout done once. And the version of you 6 weeks from now will thank you for starting today. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 exercises are you going to try first? Have you ever noticed that feeling of being slightly off balance, even on a good day? Drop your answer in the comments below. We read every single one, and this community is full of people who understand exactly what you're going through. If this video helped you, hit the like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to this channel for more movement guidance built specifically for adults over 60. Because strong doesn't mean what it used to. And that's actually a very good thing.